I want to add before I begin the video that I had this moment of realization that my microphone is a different microphone in the video, and I already recorded the entire thing and added my own stuff, and I don't have enough time to go over with my regular microphone, so I apologize if my voice sounds very weird and strange. And meanwhile, I'm having some sort of allergy attack, so yeah, I apologize for my mic sounding like this to you guys, and I hope you guys are fine with it. It's messing with my OCD, but that's how it is. It even says it's recording with the blue snowball microphone, but it's actually recording with my earbud microphone. Thanks a lot for lying to me, Audacity. Thanks a lot. Thank you for your your patience or whatever. Thank you for hanging in on the ride before you go on the ride. I hope you enjoy and all that jazz. I haven't been to an amusement park in so many years. I don't remember what they say. I'm even going closer to the mic and it's not even working. Darn you, blue snowball microphone. I need a new microphone anyways. Darn you shall be cursed. The day you did not do. Slobbered all over it too. Yep, I need a microphone. I need a new microphone, and this shows. This is probably how my blue snowball microphone sounds like right now, because the microphone keeps hitting my desk constantly, and I could tell it's getting more distorted, especially in the last couple of videos. I need a new microphone, guys. Please watch the advertisements and all, give me some ad revenue, become members on YouTube and stuff. I need a new microphone. Now it's time to be Kaneko Kitten with his gaming headset microphone stuff with no pop filter in her and all that jazz. Yay. Well, he has a pop filter-ish. Give me a microphone, guys. Give me a microphone. The dreams that I'll be telling you today are the dreams that inspired me to become a writer. They made me realize that the messages from these dreams and any dreams I dream are meaningful, along with creativity by using symbolism, similes, and metaphors on how to spread that particular message. They actually truly sparked my mind. How I will be telling you these dreams will be in order from what makes sense to me, not by when I dreamt them. I've written these dreams with my newly 14-year-old mind and language, but I'll try my best to correct the grammar and wording as best as I can. The other dream has not been written until now, actually. So it happened a little over a year where I just turned 15. Luckily, I remember this dream due to how vivid it was. And that dream will be the first dream I'll be sharing. In a bright room, I sat by a wooden table and gazed down. A woman with light brown hair sat across from me and reached her arm out to me and couldn't reach me. But it got my attention, so I looked across the table. She dragged her arm back to herself and said, "You should eat something." Slowly, I turned away and gazed at the corner of the table. I felt numb and fatigued. I didn't feel like to reply. Then she continued after my silence, "I'm going to head out." Again, I turned to her. "Make sure to eat something, okay?" She gave a soft smile. Hence got up and walked to the door with a man waiting beside it. Then they left. I eyed down at the table, rested my elbow, and relaxed my head on my hand. Even though it may seem like I was pondering, but I wasn't. I wasn't thinking at all. Yet I was tired. Eventually I forced myself to get up and amble to a closed wooden door. I noticed I was taller than normal, but that thought quickly faded. I opened the door, which showed me a small bedroom that was behind it. I sat on the front edge of the bed and stared at my reflection. The reflection really was only a confirmation of who I was in the dream. I knew that I was Michael Jackson, but reflections help make sure or whatever. Soon I looked to see what's on the dresser. To my left on the dresser's corner, I see a security camera directly pointing at me. Right then, I was shocked and felt invaded. In haste, I got up to the camera and saw that it was bolted onto the dresser. So I ripped the head off the camera. I think that's what it's called on the security camera, the head. I don't know. I didn't research beforehand. And I threw the head of the camera onto the ground. Next, I got out of the room and entered back into the dining room. I searched with my eyes and tried to spot another camera. And so I did. I found another camera in the top corner of the wall before the living room and the dining room. It was about in between both rooms. Furthermore, it was moving or following my every step as I came closer and closer to it. I reached my hand to it, and electricity shot from my hand to the camera. As a result, the camera had a mini explosion. And I apologize if my voice sounds hoarse right now. I think I'm having a bad allergy attack. Everything's burning. Okay, let's get on with it. Suddenly I hear footsteps from the living room. I turned that way to discover that the same man who left with that lady had a knife in his hands. At first he didn't see me at all. I already felt invaded enough, so I yelled, "Hey!" He faced me, grabbed an object. Fortunately, I don't remember what it was. And he threw the object at me. However, my reflexes made my hand electrocute the object to deflect it back at him. All of a sudden, he sprints to me with the knife. I grasped the wrist that belonged to the same hand where the knife was in, and tried to push it away from me. Then I pushed him away, and he disintegrated like Thanos snapped. I didn't snap, but it's he disintegrated like how Thanos snapped, you know. So that was a dream I had when I was 15 years old. It was short, but really ties into the next one I'll be telling you next. But first, like and subscribe to see more content, and I am going to get a drink of water. But also, comment what you think about this dream. What's your favorite part in this dream? Now, let's get on to the next dream I dreamt a year before the previous one. Again, I wrote it down when I just turned 14, so I'll try my best to convert a newly 14-year-old language or grammar into my oldly 18-year-old language or grammar. I don't really want to change the grammar a whole lot. So you know how I wrote when I was 14. You know what? I'm just going to leave it as it is and react to my writing along the way, and if I ask questions in it, I will reply, because most likely I asked questions. So let's just see. This is the dream which mainly inspired me to become a writer. I had it on December 23rd, 2014. So yes, the day before Christmas Eve. But let's get to it. The dream started when I was outside a theater, and it was an old theater, but they took care of it well. It first started during the Dangerous era, in 1993. I guess how the setting for my dream. I wasn't myself in the dream. I was Michael Jackson in the dream. I was wearing the military style jacket like in the Dangerous tour. I'll show a pic now. I had superpowers like controlling people's minds, electricity, strength, when I jump and pound my fist onto the ground. I guess when you think Hulk smash, I think that's metaphorically or simile way to say it. Having a force that can push people out of the way, like Star Wars. make wings appear on my back and fly, and I could jump high. A man was with me, but he was against me. His vibes were pure hate. He hated me a lot. He actually reminded me of Tom Sneddon, but looked like the guy in the dream I told you before. He probably was like a Tom Sneddon in the dream, since he believed in the tabloid lies. I could tell. I just could tell. You know, a lot of people called him the leader of my dream. And how did I know that? It was instinct, to be honest. I didn't say that it was like how I know, and it's instinct in this way I wrote it, but I know that was instinct that they called him the leader. Anyway, the leader actually brainwashed people like fans and people who didn't want to be involved in the crisis. So this means that the whole world wasn't defending me. They were against me, and I had to only defend myself. He was wearing a security type of outfit with a gun that is held in his hands. I guess like an AK-47 gun. I walked into the theater and there were people who were dressed in gold. The people who were dressed in gold were there to invade me. I had to stop them. The theater was the only shelter I had because the hypnotizers, aka the ones who were brainwashed, and the leader led me there. I used the force. I used my force power to push them out of the way. Then a bunch of people with guns and vests came running toward me like the SWAT or the FBI or something. I never liked hurting people, but they were going to kill me if I didn't do anything. I used my electrocution to make them go away. "Stop!" the leader shouted. Everybody stopped and the leader used a hand signal to tell them to leave. I just wanted this to stop. I could tell that I was in the middle of traveling to a concert until I heard the news because of the outfit I was wearing. But this lasted for a week or so. How did I even know that it lasted for a week or so? What the heck? I guess I don't know what I was thinking when I was writing this. But I guess I was like in that mood of like becoming the character or person I was in the dream. So I'm like, well, but I could tell I was in the middle of traveling to a concert until I heard the news, and it lasted for a week. So I guess I was really in like that mood. Interesting. I stood there and gave him a stern look. "You must be waiting for more," he started. "I'm waiting for this to stop," I argued. "You know," he paused, "in order to stop this, you have to find at least 16 captains, okay?" I didn't even think about how complicated it was going to be by finding 16 captains. I think I forgot that everyone is hypnotized, but I automatically responded, "Deal." Plus, why 16? Why? Where did that number even come from? 16? Huh. I guess it's like, has some sort of a meaning to it. I wish I don't know exactly. Now think back when I was 16 years old. I can't really think of anything special that happened to me when I was 16 years old, to be honest. He gave me this evil grin. Okay. Then left. This other scene was during the history era. I was wearing the history teaser outfit. This what? This was during the dusk hour. I was by myself and the theater entrance had bright lights that reflected on the floor. Then I noticed these purple, red, and gold colored flags hanging on a gold pole along the hallway entrance. I heard a bang on these huge wooden doors. I got startled and gotten ready for the next fight. Well, that's like dramatic. I don't know. I jumped on top. What? I jumped on top a golden flagpole. Okay, that does not make any sense. Wait, I jumped on top of a golden flagpole. That's what I meant. The doors burst open, and a lot of hypnotizers charged in. First, I used my electricity power. Then I jumped down and used my strength and pounded my fist onto the floor. Hulk smash. Everyone fell out of the theater. Everyone fell out of the theater. I walked outside and noticed that everyone is walking to the side of the entrance to plan on attack. They were planning to attack from behind me, aren't they? I thought. I walked back into the theater and saw a couple of people at the entrance where you can walk into the movie or stage theater. Okay, I guess to easily visualize this theater, it was like a dark theater, like a dark version of like an opera theater. Like everything seems so dark and gray and like black. That's how you can easily visualize it. Okay, where did I leave off? Okay, they were just standing there waiting for a cue. I jogged closer towards them and used my controlling power to make them walk away. They walked away and I had to continue walking toward the line. There was another staircase right to the next to the line, and I moved everybody. It was a very long line. The line was full of adults, teenagers, and children. I turned around and there were separate groups sitting in the sections. The groups were controlled by captains, 16 of them. Some of the captains I recognized, like some of my teachers. I'm not making any sense when I was 14. I even saw the leader. I tried to control them to move as I kept walking. Some groups did, and I heard the leader yell, "No! Where are you going? Don't listen to him!" Then he chased after the groups. 2 or 3 other groups stayed, and I tried to make them move, but they just stayed still. I walked closer and closer to them. It wouldn't work. The captain said to shake and blink fast so I wouldn't control them. Like shake their heads, like side to side, and blink fast at the same time. That's visually correct, 14-year-old self. I'm telling you the visually correctness. I walked through the aisle and saw my preschool self, the real me, the real preschool me self holding a teddy bear. She was also in the aisle, but didn't seem to be with them. I patted her head and she smiled. I wish I knew Michael Jackson when I was in preschool or even met him. I wonder what that means if I was MJ in my dream and seeing my preschool self holding a teddy bear and patting my preschool self's head. It was cute too, to be honest. And let me add to the writing or script or the audio you guys are hearing. You guys can't see the script. Like, I remember when I touched my head, like my other head, you know what I mean. I felt like this tingled on my hand, like, and kind of moved to my, like, forearm, or it was, I can't explain the feeling, but when I think about it, I could feel it, but it was kind of tingly, and it's not like when your foot's asleep or something. It was like more of a soft, tingly thing, and I don't know if that like means anything. I'm a spiritual person, so if any of you guys are spiritual, what do you guys think about that? Because it was interesting. It was an odd feeling. Let's continue on. I stopped what I was doing and took in deep breaths from exhaustion. I wanted them to leave and to leave me alone. Finally, the rest of the groups got up, but not with peace. They got up and left with anger and hate towards me. They talked about all this hate. One of the captains, which is my last year's math teacher, which is actually my 7th grade math teacher, yelled and gave me a dirty look. And like in real life, that math teacher, the 7th grade math teacher I had, she was like the nicest teacher I had in 7th grade. She was really nice, and I was surprised to see her in this dream. But she barked to me, "You should have done these things!" Then I tried to make her non-hypnotize her by replying, "I did not do any of these things. They're trying to make you believe all of this junk." But before I knew it, all the other groups left, and her group followed with the other groups. I was left there in silence. I felt hurt and neglected. I'm not Michael Jackson, obviously, but I felt this way before, but it wasn't this bad. A lot of people don't hate me in my waking life. Well, how am I supposed to know that? Maybe a lot of people do hate me. Why? What? Probably not. They probably just dislike me. Not hate me, but there are people that actually hate me. But I don't know at this state of moment right now. But when I was like 14, maybe less, but I don't know. But 14 is a crazy age to be. One of the craziest ages to be. Anyway. So, but at school, I usually feel neglected like almost every day. And to my nearly 14-year-old self, unfortunately that lasted for the rest of the school career. But you got used to it and like actually enjoyed being introverted and doing your own things, and you got a lot of things accomplished, like writing a lot of books. So it's like there's a downside to that, but there's also an upside. And to be honest, you have written books and drawn things and played the online piano thing and done your homework and done your introverted things like an introvert you are. But let's go on with that. I probably know this. But why do I usually dream about me being Michael Jackson and not meeting him instead? And I will answer you. I think as for now, it kind of like the dreams of like seeing Michael Jackson and being Michael Jackson are like even, but I still have or had more dreams of being Michael Jackson than seeing him, which is like I guess it's because I would rather see the real Michael Jackson than like my mind creating this like fake one. And to be honest, I think it's because that you or me, I am inspired by Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson inspired me to like act in certain ways and to like be creative and display creativity in a creative way. I can't make sense, but you know what I mean. So like I looked up to him and still look up to him to this day because he like filled up the rest of my childhood to now and to the future. And I'm such an MJ nerd right now, to be honest. And so that's probably like the reasons why, because I've been a fan or moonwalker for a really long time. And I guess it just happens. It's like that. And during those times, I had a friend that sometimes like told me like, "You remind me of Michael Jackson. You look like Michael Jackson." And then like people always tell me like 7th grade to high school, like, "Are you related to Michael Jackson?" Oh my gosh, she's a reincarnation of Michael Jackson because she looks like Michael Jackson. And I look in the mirror, I'm like, how? Just how? But That's probably the other reason, because a lot of people like just tell you, my 14 me, that you remind them of Michael Jackson in some way, in some form. And yeah, that was a long explanation of answering myself. But I continue on saying I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan. So is that the case, or it's how dreams are? Yes and yes. I believe that's like the case, and that's how dreams are. That's because, yeah, like what I said before. Anyway, my best friend, look, I even mentioned my friend I had in the past. My best friend is also a huge Michael Jackson fan, but she never had a dream about her being Michael. Yeah, she actually never had a dream about her being Michael. I mentioned the friend. I'm not friends with them anymore, but I walked towards the open double doors and looked outside. And it was now dark outside and dead quiet. No one was out there, only a gust of wind ruined the silence. I had a gut feeling that no one was supposed to be out there, especially me. Then I had an idea. Now seems like the right time. I could fly out in order to get a chance to see the outdoors again. Nobody was out there, so why not? Yeah, why not? I looked to my left and looked to the right. The coast was clear, so I made my wings appear on my back. The wings were black with white on the last set of feathers, with silver tips on the white feathers. That's not actually how the wings look like. I did change the wings, how they look like, to like the dream, to the story version of like black, white, and silver. But in the dream, they were actually, which was actually strange to me. It probably has like symbolism, but in the dream there were like butterfly wings, like monarch butterfly wings. It was, and it didn't seem to match, so I could see why I changed that when I wrote this. I'm like, it didn't make any sense, so I'm going to just change it how the story version says. Anyway, and as you could tell, mistreated. Well, I named these dreams heavily inspired Alistair Stratus, the character, my OC, and it inspired his story, and I'm gonna write it soon. It's based off of this, and yeah. Anyways, let's go on. I took off and flew over the buildings. There's not even one person outside. When I was flying, I spotted a tree house and had lights on. I turned back to see what's going on inside. I landed on the tree branch and peeked inside. Then I saw the preschool me again, laying on a small bed reading a book with the teddy bear. I came closer to the window to show myself more. She looked out the window and saw me. She had this huge smile on her face, and that made me smile. Then she put her book down and carried her teddy bear with her to the window. We both waved to each other, and she seemed shy at first, like how I am in real life. Yeah, I know that. I'm aware of how I am in real life the majority of the time. And I want to say, this reminds me of Peter Pan. Okay, let's go on. So I started asking, do you live here? Yes, but I had to sneak out in order to be here, she replied. I don't believe what they say about you. You don't? I asked. She nodded and continued. Why did they do that to you? They just don't know me and they don't understand me. They just want attention and money. Oh, it's a nice place you have here. I started a new topic. Thank you, she smiled, and I smiled back. Then I woke. Obviously, that was the end of that dream. But how do you feel about this dream? What do you think about it? What's your favorite part in these dreams? Which one is your favorite dream? I'm curious. Answer in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe to see more content and join the Teamless team. Before I end this video, I want to shout out to the comment of the video. Haley, yes, you won. Congrats. The fan art of the video goes to Mangoose1882. And thank you very much by doing the fan art. If you want your fan art to be featured, join my Discord server. The link is in the description below. Now, what some of you are waiting for, the COTW, aka Challenge of the Week winner. The winner and the Roblox toy code goes to W0VX or Wolves. I don't know. Thank you for making everyone hungry with your avatar. I'll DM you the code in Discord soon after the premiere is finished. Now take care, everyone.